What's up, Key Issues? Garrick here, and welcome to today's video where your least favorite member of Key Issues will be covering your least favorite member of the Umbrella Academy. That's right, Garrick is covering Deigo Hargreeves, the Kraken, also known as Number 2. Feel free to check out any of our other Umbrella Academy videos by clicking the card. So these videos cover the comic book origins and abilities of Number 2, but there will be some elements of this video that contain spoilers for the show and potential future seasons of said show. That being said, if you are sticking around to hang out and watch the video, then consider yourself warned. Deigo is the most rebellious member of the Umbrella Academy, and quite possibly one of the most dangerous due to his unique moral compass. His designation as Number 2 puts him oftentimes as second in command behind his adopted brother Luther. Deigo is closest to his sister Vanya in the comic books, as both of them view themselves as outsiders. Diego's interest in Vanya goes deeper than just being her brother. He's actually also in love with her. They even form a punk rock band where he plays bass. Of course he does, because, the joke writes itself. Nobody likes bassists, nobody likes Deigo. And Deigo possesses an interesting power. He is able to hold his breath indefinitely, as well as the ability to handle knives with extreme pinpoint accuracy. Neither of these powers are viewed as particularly valuable by his father, because, let's be honest, they're not. Deigo is also very skilled in hand-to-hand combat. As an adult, he is shown missing his right eye. However, how he loses it is unknown, and we will surely find out why his eye is missing in a future series. Now, on to Diego's history. During the events of the mini-series Apocalypse Suite, the Umbrella Academy is called home after their father passes away. Deigo is especially cruel to his siblings during this time, not particularly caring much that his father had died, and just generally not being very sympathetic. The team must reassemble at this point to face the Terminauts, a group of robots that Dr. Terminal programmed and then hid away. They were designed to reactivate if the Umbrella Academy ever came back together. During the battle with the Terminauts, Vanya arrives and becomes a distraction to the team. At this point in time, it's believed that Vanya doesn't have any superpowers, so Deigo is especially mean to her over the fact that she's being a distraction and that she also abandoned him years ago. He tells her that she is dead to him, so she runs off and right into the arms of a group of psychopaths that help her unlock her latent destructive power and become the White Violin. The majority of the story of Apocalypse Suite is covered in our video for Number 7, Vanya Hargreeves, the White Violin, so check that out if you haven't already. Eventually, the group confronts Vanya. Deigo gets the leg up on her, but is unable to bring himself to harm her. At this point, when she is distracted, Number 5 shoots her in the back of the head, incapacitating but not killing her. Deigo helps save the world at the cost of his relationship with his sister. After the battle, Deigo and Spaceboy appear to, at least on some level, reconcile their differences. After stopping Vanya, Deigo resumes his life as a costume vigilante, hunting down criminals and beating up bad guys. Deigo starts investigating crimes that he believes are linked to his brother, Number 5. Because of his investigation into 5 and Diego's issues with Luther's leadership, Number 1 and Number 2 come to blows. However, Deigo wasn't wrong in investigating 5. During the events of the miniseries Dallas, we find out that 5 was a time-traveling assassin who had been tasked with killing JFK in order to prevent a nuclear apocalypse. 2 additional time-traveling assassins named Hazel and Cha-Cha come to apprehend 5 and bring him back to the bureau he works for. In the process, they kidnap Klaus, Number 4, also known as the Seance. Luther and Klaus escape to kill Cha-Cha and Hazel, and they eventually meet back at the Academy with Deigo. They go to the gravesite of Pogo, who dies during the events of Apocalypse Suite, and find out that his corpse is no longer there, indicating that the timeline has changed. His body is instead replaced with a time agent's corpse. Klaus, Deigo, and Luther travel back in time using the corpse in order to stop 5 from completing his task of killing JFK. Keep in mind that they don't know that killing JFK is going to prevent an apocalypse, they just think that it's the right thing to do. So Deigo, Klaus, and Luther travel back in time and end up back in the Vietnam War. The only problem is they get there 3 years before Kennedy's assassination, and this part is a little bit ridiculous, but Deigo ends up on a mission where he is transporting the corpse of an ancient mummy across Vietnam in order for Klaus to resurrect it in Saigon to kill everyone and end the war. So they're doing this, and the team eventually gets jumped by Vietnamese vampires, and yes, you heard me right, Vietnamese vampires. So Klaus is forced to resurrect the mummy early, but the rampaging mummy is destroyed by Luther. The three of them then travel to Dallas, Texas via a televator, a device created by their father and rebuilt by Klaus in a younger version of Pogo. It's also assumed that Pogo survives and is eventually warned of his impending fate. So the team attempts to stop 5 from his mission of killing JFK, but ultimately fail when number 3, Allison, kills John F. Kennedy masquerading as Jackie Kennedy. And we'll get into Allison's motivation when we get to her video. So the team returns home to their own timeline and once again disbands. Deigo next appears during the latest series, Hotel Oblivion. The last little bit of this video is going to feature a few pieces from the latest series, but I won't cover much because that story isn't complete at the point of this video's recording. So Deigo resurfaces in Tokyo, tracking down Luther, who is living there and acting as a vigilante hero. Deigo assists Luther in hunting down Dr. Zhu, a friend of their father's. Together, Deigo and Luther travel with Dr. Zhu to an uncharted portion of outer space called Afterspace. There they find the suspended but alive body of Saint Zero, a space adventurer that we know absolutely nothing about. The team ends up being pulled into a tear in space-time, and they crash land on a planet that is being used as a prison called Hotel Oblivion. It was built by their father as a holding ground for the world's most dangerous prisoners, and during the events of this story, the prisoners are able to escape through a televator, and that's all we know of right now. So that's pretty much it for Diego's comic book origins and powers. I hope you guys learned a lot, and if you think I missed something, feel free to let me know down in the comments. Like we've mentioned before, there are other comics still coming down the pipeline for this, so more information will be available in the coming months. Feel free to check out the trade paperbacks and comics to brush up or learn about anything new concerning the Umbrella Academy. If you want to see more of these, please subscribe because we will also have an explained video for every other character in the Umbrella Academy team, as well as some other characters from the show. Also, if you're already a subscriber or if you're new and you want to support us, consider becoming a member by clicking the join button down below. We have a ton of cool membership perks. Also, check out our insane Discord server where you can meet tons of other comic book fans. That link is down in the comment section and the description. This has been Garrick from Key Issues, and remember the motto, it's comics over everything, and I'll see you guys next time.